Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a 3-point perspective. And basically 3-point perspective is you add another point either up or down. If you add down, you kind of look up. If you add up, you kind of look down. So it's like this, right? So you put this point, you look like this. And then, oh wait, no, you put this point, it's pointing this way. So you look up. If you put on the top, it point that way, so you look down. So that's it. So we can actually use exactly same 2-point perspective, and then we just add extra 3-point. So in this case, I'm gonna save this as again, and then I'm gonna reuse it. Wait, let's save first. Edit, save as, so that we don't have to draw a lot. And then we're gonna call 3-point cube. Here we go. And then go ahead, delete everything else except for the initial layer, the initial folder, and the ruler. Here we go. Start it like this again. Oh, why did I delete the my vanishing point? We can use that too. The 2 vanishing point, so that we don't have to do it again. Save time. Okay. So now the 3rd vanishing point is actually can be any angle. It's up to you. So I'm gonna just use that just to save time. So I'm gonna use right here. So I'm gonna put the name on it. Will be a 3rd vanishing point, or any name you just put vanishing point. That would work already. Another VP. Oh. VP. Okay. So 3 of them. All right. Now, 3, look down. Okay. So let me pause quick. Okay. So let's take a look at this. Let me get the color back. Okay. So now we're gonna have to find a lot of 45 degree, and this time I kind of get can you see I get 90 degree, and then figure it out 45 degree from here. So now the first vanishing point you can just draw straight here, and then we have to add extra 90 degree to help to get the vertical line. So now for the bottom, we kind of do the same as what we did in the past, what we did, but we have to add this line, that's all. So now let me see if I expand this. Come on. Okay, let me turn off all of it. Go on vision. So now 3rd vanishing point. Okay. And this is 90 degree on each, and I think 3rd I put it right here. So 90 degree, we already set it 90 degree. This one is a little shorter than the other one, than the one that we already did, right? And then corner vision. So, and this one, that line, this has to be another, is it 90? That's 90. How did I get this line come from? Oh, that's the cross line here. Yeah, that's it. So that's will be inside the cone of vision. And then 45 degree. Now this is might be a little confusing. So basically 90 degree from here, and I get 45 point there. and then I have another 90 degree here. I get 45. So this 45 will play the crucial of to get the height and the width and the depth. So now it might look confused at the moment, but this is what we're gonna get. So can you see this line up to here? I get that vertical, the height that match with this, and then from here to there, can you see I can get that line, or you can start it from here to there, you get the back side too. So if when I started from here though, I got the top side. So it depends on like at any angle you're gonna get left and right. It depends on which angle you can get a different measurement on different plane. That's all. So do you understand that now when I try to explain? Because it doesn't matter when you start the point different than mine in the future. You may get on the back side or on the other side, on the right side or on the left side. As long as you get one side of it, everything's going to be correct. So you just need two sides, the vertical and the horizontal. That's it. So, and the horizontal here looks like in depth. The vertical is just height. That's it. Okay. So, so let's start this from here. This might look a little, shouldn't look distorted because it's inside, but it's just so far apart. Can you see from my example? Okay, so and is it too light? Let me bring all bright back again. Okay, so first we already got that. Now what we need is we need 90-degree point on here and there, on both a left and right vanishing point. But before we do that, we could just start it to add another perspective to get a little length, to get the initial length. So we're gonna call initial length. Okay, and let's put guide too. Initial length guide. Okay, and I'm gonna use different color again. So let's see, I'm gonna do a little light blue. So initial length, I'm gonna start it from my right first because my right side is longer, right? I want it to be inside there. So I'm gonna just draw like this. It has to be inside, maybe a little higher from the bottom. Here we go. And then now you can specify on the left to get the length. I'm gonna go to the wider, to the most far right first, so that I can put it in, make the position on the right side, make decision. So this might be close to the center. I'm gonna go a little, here we go. And then on the left side, I'm gonna meet it right about here. How about that? Okay. So, well, let me move a little closer to here. Okay. And then one more, because we have 3. We're gonna start it from here, and then let's hit it to the center here, to the cross section. So we add more lines, so 4 lines, then 3 lines. 3 lines is for a 2-point perspective. 4 lines for 3 point because we add extra line. So that will be the angle of our third vanishing point. Okay, so look like this. And you might have to draw a little longer because I think it's better to be a little longer, guys, because we don't know how far would that go. So make it really long. So this is guide for us. So now I can see my angle now. Okay, because we look down. Okay, we look down. So we have 2 layers right now. The original vanishing point. We make decision that number 3 will be down here. You can actually use number 3 from here or from there too in the future. So, and then we add a guide for finding the length. Okay. So we got the length from here to there. That's what we get right here. Okay. And for the third vanishing point, we have to use one of the corner. Have to use one of the corner to be a guide. Okay. So might be a little less confusing. Let's create a new layer. It's just called 3-point cube, so that we can draw the line right away. Cube, because otherwise we get so confusing. Draw. Make sure you name your properly so that you can come back and review them later. Can you see? I said draw. Okay. So now I'm gonna use my pen with brush tool, change to black color, and I'm gonna first initial length 1, 2. Here we go. Oh, off too much. Hey guys, try to minimize the offset so that it doesn't look weird. So here we go. Now, if you remember, we need to find the angle 45 degrees from here. So what we can do, we can set up exactly similar. So 90 degrees from here, and then you get 45 later. Let's do 90 degrees first this time. So create a 90 degree angle. So I'm gonna call 90 degree. What should I call? Just 90 degree guide. Okay. So use the 90 degree here, this one, ruler, and this time we could Control T. I think we can move it right on that corner. We don't have to actually. 90 degree. Well, just anywhere, like put it anywhere. 45. Let me. Hold on, I think this might be better if we do like 90 degree. Oh, that might be too far. Okay. What if we do this? Yeah, just do each line. That might be easier. 90 degree line. And it doesn't matter where it is. So, and then I'm gonna draw, where is it? 90 degree, here we go. Use different color so that you won't get confused. I'm gonna use a little yellow this time. Maybe green. Okay. Oh wait, green gonna be similar to that one. How about a little pink? Okay. So try to make it less offset, like hit the point as much as you can, and then just keep 90 degree. Oh, make sure you are go all the way to the horizontal line so that we won't get confusing. Okay. And now do, I think that's good. Horizontal line. Okay. And then we're gonna stick with this one. Well, let's do 90 or 90 first. So Control T, do another one. on the other side, Control T, 90 degree. Oh wait, I used the wrong line. Make sure 90 degree on your vanishing point, not on the cone angle. There we go. And then, hey guys, your position might be slightly different than mine. It's not a big deal. Okay. So, here you go. And let's name this B. Okay. And then after we get 90, we're gonna create a 45 degree. So I think we could just go with this line, 45 degree here. You know, it might be easier to just 45 degree angle from the vanishing point. Oh no, from the stationary point. That might be, so that we save a little time. Let me double check on my note. Start record again. So I'm gonna just call this a 45 instead of 90, because if we have to divide it, it's just getting so crazy. So first though, we need to find the depth first. So for the depth, and we are going to 45 from this angle, right? So we go to ruler, and my ruler is getting bigger. So 45 from there. So I'm gonna Control T. Oh, I'm not in the right one. Control T, and am I in the right? And I'm gonna change pivot point to probably right here. Might be better. Why is go that far? Hold on. Oh, I have a selection all. Control T, here we go. And then let's get that to the bottom. If it's too big, you can either scale up or down. Okay. Let me shrink it down a little bit. And then you still have to hold Alt key though. Okay. So now I can go 45 reversal on, let me rotate it. Oh man, it changed my pivot point. I thought it would follow it. It does not. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna flip it on the other side. What? Doesn't really flip it for me. Maybe have to do straight line first, and then I can flip it. Okay, and then now I can do this way. 45. I think I should do like this. 45 degree. Okay. And might be a good idea. Hey guys, let's do 90 degree like this. Connect it there. Wait, no, stick with 45. Sorry, my bad. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do multiple line. Okay, and I think might be a good idea to keep it like maybe on the bottom line here. Let's stick with the bottom line on the bottom so that they all synchronize and we won't get confused. I'm getting confused when they are not sync. Here we go. And then just go ahead, add line from there. Ooh, okay. Make sure you, okay. Make sure you're on the right layers. Don't draw on top of another layers so that we can filter it out and make chains if we need to, or if we make a mistake. I'm gonna make it a little longer because just in case. Here we go. Okay. So now if I turn this off, we get that line mark there. We're gonna find the the 45 degree from this corner. So right now it's 45 from the left horizontal line, right? Let's call 45 B. I'm gonna call 45. Oh man, brush 45 left VP. Okay, and I'm lazy to use dot now. I'm gonna just do a cross. Okay, just to save time. And then use line the line 2 again, and then from these 45 degree and hit there, just like what we did with the 2-point perspective. And then now I'm gonna go to the circle, the 3-point drawing, V key, and then I'm gonna add one line here to there, so that get this out of the way before we get too confusing. Okay, and then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have to create a trajectory from the perspective of the right vanishing point. So I'm gonna create another layers, and I'm gonna call perspective or something. I should call 3-point pref. Save your file because it might crash. And then you use different color as needed. I'm gonna use green this time. And with the line 2 grab, I think I better to really pay attention on where I drag it, because try to optimize the offset, and then just go all the way here, and now you get all the base grid square in perspective. So I'm gonna use brush 2, and let's lay this out right away, because it will be more confusing if we try to draw all the line first. Okay. Here we go. Make sure they are straight. I'm gonna move the drawing to the top layers. Here we go. So that look like this. Here we go. Okay. Now though, we're gonna have to figure it out how to get that 45 degree on the height here, right? And so we already start a 45 degree right on here, and this is hit, and I think we can make that all the way to here, or you can just use that. No, let's do all the way here. So on the 45 degree, I think I better to let's extend a little bit, pink, so that we can use right here. So extend this. I mean, last time we used right here, right, to do a radius, but let's extend this so that we get right here. Okay. So now you need to find the radius here and place it there. That will be a 45 degree for us. to get the height. Okay, so are you guys okay at this point? Okay, if some of you lost, it's okay. It's gonna be on video. So now I'm gonna create another layers. I'm gonna call finding height. Finding height. Okay. I think I spelled wrong again. Height. HT. Okay. Okay. And now we know that this is going to be the direction of the height. And let's do a little more 3-point perspective again. And I'm going to add this blue color so that from here you and hit it this line, but this is just a landmark for us, like this. And another one. Here we go. And another one. Just preface first. Okay. So, and now we're gonna have to find the radius to get the height first. So to get the height, finding height, I'm gonna use a circle again. And then it started from here, right? Right there. Because, I mean, if you use this point, you're gonna get to the backside before first. If you use this point, you're most likely gonna get to the front, to this vertical. Okay, so, and I hope that it's not go beyond my border, but if it go, it doesn't matter. So select that, hold Shift and Alt, and radius should hit it right here. Okay. Is it off? It does. Control T. Oh, no, you can't do Control T. You have to use selection and transform selection. Hold Alt key and then just drag. Here we go. Oh, almost. Be a little more picky. Okay. Hit Enter. And then go to selection, modify border, and click OK. I'm going to use different color. How about a little yellow? And fill with foreground. Okay, that's finding height. So where it hit, now this one it hit right here. This is what we wanted. So that's about right. Okay. Wow, my angle because of my left and right vanishing point are a little high. So let's see if we can see the, it might not see from the bottom now. It might see kind of in between bottom and top. We'll see. So right now that line, you can go to the finding. We use the same color. So you start it from here and then make sure it's go all the way across there. So that will be your height. Let me do the right height. Okay. Yeah. And then on the right vanishing point, you do again from here to there. Hit to that corner. Okay. Yeah, it's not really gonna be, we'll see. So, and then now finding the height, draw this line to, oh, no, that's incorrect. Okay, so right there, right? Wait, let's draw it first because we're gonna get confusing if you don't draw it. I'm gonna move 3-point, 3-point perspective. On the drawing, change to B. And then I'm gonna start it to add the height. Let's see, the height is correct. Here we go. So one dot, and then right here, there, there. This one is go this way. Oop. A little this is a that's so strange, yeah, because of the 3 point. And hey guys, because these are close up too, so yeah. And now I'm gonna go back to the finding height on the back side. On the back side, you just draw this line connected to this side right here, and then draw on the left connected to the right corner on the front. Here we go. And now mine is a little off, but should be, oh yeah, it should be like right here, it should be angled. So in this case, because of that, I'm gonna add a little extra line here. See where does it go? So if I go to here, see mine is off, like way off on that conversion. So, and it looked like this. See, it's off from there, so too bad. What we can do is we can just start it from here, so we don't have to go all the way down. So right now we get to that point, we need to find where it's crossed this one. So it's right about there. Let me draw it so that we see it right away. So one, I do so much off here. It happened when you don't pay attention. Here we go. Here we go.